So I'm watching Barack Obama, and he's working really hard. I have to admit that. He seems to be, taking no time, putting his cabinet together. He's hustling. He's trying to come up with solutions for the economic crisis. I mean, he's definitely digging in and working pretty hard, And I got to give that to his credit. I mean, much like his campaign was run, it was very organized, it was very intense, it was very, quick the way he put things together, and he seems to be doing the same thing for, preparing to run for, not run for, but hello, he already won. See, I'm still in denial. Sorry, but preparing to start running his, his time in the White House. So, I mean, that's good. I mean, it's encouraging. But did you ever get the feeling that there's something else being said behind politicians' words? Check this 30-second clip out really quick, and you'll see exactly what I'm kind of talking about. I'll explain it a little bit afterwards. Here we go.
So tell me about yourself.
Well, an organized person, somebody who does not leave details out. I'm actually very, very good with groups. Group work. I've surpassed all my goals in my previous position, my prior job, and your competitor. My personality and me have surpassed their own goals.
See, now that's obviously the Tide stain commercial. The guy's trying to give everything that makes him credible, and he's saying one thing, but the stain on his shirt is like capturing the attention of everybody else. I love that commercial. But to me, that illustrates kind of what goes on. I mean, politicians are always saying one thing. They're out there like, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. But you always feel like there's a little bit of this other talk going on, and you're just like, what is he really saying? And is he really going to do what he says? Is he really as credible as he says? And that's kind of how I feel with Barack. I mean, he's got a lot of demons that hang over his head. I mean, all this stuff from the pre-election hasn't disappeared, and even though he's working hard and he seems to have all these plans and he's going to try to fix everything, it's like that little voice going, Tony Briscoe, Reverend Wright, it's like saying all these little things, in the background. I can't seem to get that out of my head, So, anyway, just some thoughts on that. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people think conservatism is dead. They think that the Conservative Party and the Republican Party is pretty much defeated. But the reality is we're not defeated. We're regrouping, and we're coming back together. We've taken a lot of hits. The tide has gotten pretty high, and it seems like we're going down. Our leaders have failed us. Even Bush fiscally has failed us. There's a lot of things that have failed the Republican Party. But we're not down.
How she blows. Again. Hit him again. God's sake, Chris. The whole world is watching. We can't let him die in front of a live audience. He was born in front of a live audience. the best you can do! You're gonna have to kill me!
What you would do with a drunken sailor?
When I have the studio, I demand that you cease transmission. Keep running.
What you would do with a drunken sailor? Early in the morning.
Increase the wind. Increase the wind! I am telling you, for the last... How close is he? Very close. Capsize him. Tip him over. Damn you, Victor!
No, you can't. His tightens up to the boat.
Shut up!
He's gonna drown and he doesn't even care.
Do it! Do it! That's enough.
Was a scene from the Truman Show, and you know, I saw some similarities there. You know, the guy who was keeping Truman controlled and keeping him in, you know, that world, you know, was very selfish. He was trying to get everything that he wanted, and he was using people to get it. You know, and I see a lot of politicians doing that actually on both sides. I've seen Republicans do it, and I've seen Democrats do it. You know, they're using us, they're using their constituents and their lobbyists to basically get what they want done. You know, and the weird thing about Truman is he didn't know what was going on outside of his little world, so he continued to believe what he was shown. You know, and there's the failure of research, people not doing research. You know, I've talked to a lot of people, like I mentioned about the guy across the street. Oh, yeah, Bush never went to New Orleans, he doesn't care. Well, it turns out, yes, he did. There was plenty of evidence if the guy had done some research, you know. It's the same guy telling me, oh, there's no weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, when if you go back to 2005 and type it in on the internet or type it in anywhere, you'll see tons of articles on the 500 canisters of mustard gas that they found, which is a chemical weapon. You know, they did find chemical weapons on several different occasions in Iraq, but that doesn't get reported. And as long as people are staying inside their little bubble, they're like happy and they're not hearing it. But Truman decided to seek outside. He knew there was something more, and he started to research and start to look at both sides. And his will, his strength, is what brought him through. And as you know, the movie ends with him basically running into the edge of his world and realizing that there was a whole other world out there. You know, conservatives and Republicans need to come back together and realize the world that we're fighting for. We're fighting for a country of lower taxes, smaller government, energy independence, free market solutions. Okay? These are the things that we're fighting for. And more. You know, the pro-life part of the, you know, part of the pro-life wing of the party. You know, so we got the pro-life platform, we've got the smaller government, the energy independence, smaller taxes, less government interference in people's lives, stronger military, you know, peace through strength, having a strong strength but pursuing peace at the same time. All these different things are what conservatives stand for. And like I said, we've gotten batted around. And just like in that clip, the tide has come over and we've gotten tipped over. And conservatism is on the verge of being drowned out and taken over by this fascist democracism from the far, far, far left wing of Nancy Pelosi and Harry Reid and Barney Frank and Chris Dodd and all these crazy ones led by Barack Obama. But we're not down yet. Our will has to be strong enough. Our will has to keep us fighting on. And I'm seeing a resurgence of that. I'm seeing that on the videos on YouTube. I'm seeing a resurgence of people starting to come together, Republicans, conservatives, starting to come together to stand up and fight. And we will fight, and we're going to do the best we can. We're going to have victory in 2010, and we'll go on to 2012. Stay focused, and may God continue to bless America.